Hey guys, here's your assignment for today. You are going to be kind of working ahead just a little bit because the rest of what we need to finish up with the mollusks, I'd like to be with you for. We're gonna make some flashcards and just kind of get ready for next week's assessment. Um, so we'll do that in class on Friday. But there's something you can be doing today that kind of gets you ready for something in the future, and I don't really need to be there for it, but it's something I'd like you to take some time to do because I think it prepares you to think about these animals. For the most part, everybody's been pretty successful on the dissections in terms of identifying the parts as we go, and part of that is the coloring activities. I know some people probably feel like it's just silly to do this coloring, like it doesn't make any difference, but I will tell you, I used to not do the coloring. I used to just pretty much just do a dissection and um, learn the parts. You know, there'd be a picture of it while they were doing the dissection that they had and a little set of notes, kind of like what you've been getting. And I had very different results back then in terms of student success. Once I started implementing the coloring, students got a lot better. Not everybody, right? But students that did the coloring just picked up the names of the parts faster. They'd already seen them. They'd already thought about them. So there's two colorings that I'd like you to get done today. You have a whole block period today. It should be no problem to get them all done. The two colorings are the coloring of the crayfish, and then the other is the coloring of, I gotta open it up here, sorry. Here we go, here's the other one. The coloring of the grasshopper, okay? So these are in your notes. They should be in your notes. If they're not, I will get some printed and have them ready for you tomorrow. When you color the crayfish, all I want you to do is just color the things. If a part is labeled the same on two different diagrams, for instance, you'll notice here the swimmerettes are labeled, and then they're also labeled on this diagram over here. Please make them the same color in both so that you're able to see those things in the same place. And then you're also going to be labeling and coloring some of the internal anatomy because we will be cutting into the crayfish. The other animal that we're working with is the grasshopper. And the picture for the grasshopper looks a lot more detailed. I have crossed off a lot of the parts and you'll see letters next to them, like where the head is. This whole thing is the head, part A, but then you'll label the antenna and so on. Now for the grasshopper, you have a little bit more work to do. So for each of the parts over here, the antenna, the eyes, I want you to write the name of the part. And then for the parts that are listed on this sheet, which again I will have available for you tomorrow, these parts you need to know not only the name of them and where they're located, but also what they do. So as you color the parts, you want to refer back to this sheet and any information that's on here, like when you color the compound eyes, you should come back here and write down that they're for vision. When you color the antenna, you should come back here and say that they're for smelling and tasting, because that's what they do with their antenna. You know, when you color the spiracles, you should come back here and look this up and then write on the page that they're for getting air into the body. So when you're done, when I look at this diagram, I should see text here that says antenna, and then it should say used for smelling and tasting, and then the antenna should be colored all one color. Okay. Over here, the antenna should be colored the same color, but doesn't need to be relabeled. But you're looking to write down the names of all of the parts. Now, there are some parts on here that I didn't cross off. Not very many, but if it's not crossed off on here, I'd still color and label it, but you don't need to write a description of what it does for them. So in class today, you should get both colorings done. Put on some headphones, listen to some music, grab some colored pencils, and just zone out and get these colorings finished up so that you don't have to worry about doing them on your own in order to participate in dissection. All right, I will see you all on Thursday.